Hey, hey, hey. I'm Dr. C. Victor Herbin III, and I'm taken to the house. And as you see, I don't have Dr. Tim Hoover today, but I do have the best, the greatest producer in all of media, my friend and the owner of this great company, Steve Howard. Take it.
Appreciate you. Definitely gonna be a good one here. We got a crossover event going on.
Crossover. So what you mean, dog? What you talking about?
Well, if you think about it, so we got the Borderlands Sports Report meeting. Take it to the house. It's a good one right here. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Got a crossover event.
No doubt, no doubt. Loving it. And
So
if we
what's on your
talk,
mind?
Amanda, I'm gonna tell you. One thing that's on my mind that's not going to be on my mind for some time is the Baltimore Ravens. It's no secret. Yes, I am die hard, but I'm so die hard. I got to remember. I want everybody to understand. I'm NFL fan first, and what's on my mind that's about to be off my mind because I'm taking it to the house is the fact that I will not talk about the Ravens on this station until they're over 500
That might be a
because
while.
and it may be. And y'all know I am no stranger to putting the team on timeout. I've done that to my Lakers. I've done that to the Dodgers, and the Ravens are not exempt. I do not know what this product is that they're placing on the field every week. This was, and all indications since last year, people have called this team a Super Bowl caliber team. People even asked me, "Hey, what do y'all need to make it?" I said, "Nothing but perform and execute, win." You have one of the best all-time, a future Hall of Famer in Derrick Henry. You have a two-time MVP who will be a future Hall of Famer quarterback. That's offensively. Defense, our secondary is the most expensive secondary in all the NFL. And right now we can't stop. It's a straight air raid. It's every week. So it is so embarrassing. So for a chance, another almost nationally televised game against the Kansas City Chiefs, who we already know are the team to beat in the AFC. We failed to show up. And now we're 1-4, 1-3. Doesn't matter. We're losers. You are who your record says you are. I don't care about winning the division, which can be automatic. But I'm not going to subscribe to watching them anymore. Wasting my time. I'm in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. I won't even stay up late no more watching them because I don't recognize what's happening. Kudos to Kansas City Chiefs showing that you are true champions despite adversity. But right now, bro, I'm telling you right now, that's my disclaimer to the fans, to you, to Dr. Tim Hoover, all that. I ain't talking about it no more.
Man, you know what though? We talked about this last week, man. Patrick Mahomes had a lot to lose, bro. He couldn't afford to lose that game. He couldn't afford to lose that game. But I do feel you. The Ravens have been very underachieving this year is probably the best thing to put it because they put a lot of money into that, and you would think they would have did a lot better. But hey, my opening rant is this, bruh. The WNBA, they can't stay out the news, and Collier just called out the president. I mean, they've got leadership issues abound, and I know that's your right in your wheelhouse. What can they do?
Well, I think when you create an organization and you want to make sure everyone's voice is heard. So I give kudos to the fact that they do have the platform where these athletes is now coming out. What is concerning is the fact that all these athletes are coming out publicly. because that shows that somewhere along the line within that leadership structure, and when we talk about organizational communication, we're talking about how effective has communication been from the president's office. Because if she is putting information out and not receiving the information back, or not listening to the information come back and you're dismissing it, there's no effective communication. We're just having a monologue, not a dialogue. And based off of the reports I heard yesterday, and now I even saw Caitlin Clark come out, there shows a level of frustration at the workforce level that we enjoy doing our job. We do not enjoy who we work for to do the job. And so it comes down to the point when it comes public, that means whatever opportunities for communication that happen internally in the organization failed. It's okay, we're gonna put you on blast. And so it is a very interesting case study. I'm taking notes as I watch it unfold because now you have your top tier athletes, your top tier performers. It's not even talk about it being, like I said, from a sports realm. If you are a head of an organization and your top performers are coming back to say, hey, this is not right. I'm interested if the president will humble herself, the president in WNBA, to humble herself to say, okay, what really is the challenge and how can we get to the other side? Because Caitlin has said, hey, this is valid. This is all valid. And so now there's some holes in the leadership structure, what is led to believe, what has been communicated, and what's actually happening. And there's definitely a disconnect. You talk about there's an audio track with the video.
Well, now check this out though. I'm gonna look at this from a different angle, right? So Collier started the Unrivaled League. Collier is part of the WNBA Players Association. I think she might be the president. And then she's like vice president Unrivaled League. She was talking like someone who runs a business. She wasn't talking like a player. She was taking that from an approach of someone who runs a business and is looking out and saying, you are incompetent. You're leading this league and you are incompetent, and I think I can do it better than you. She didn't say those words, but that's how it came off. And she made this statement. She said, I watched my husband run a league, and I was like, oh, this just got real. She's taking this from a business perspective and looking at this through a whole different lens. And, oh, by the way, Unrivaled League is going after the same dollars that the WNBA goes after for advertising.
So talk to me. Are you saying that this could be a potential the faction? What we had in golf a couple years ago, Live Tour PGA. Could you see is the Unrivaled League generate enough traction where this could be the rival, a la AFL, NFL, ABA, NBA, and we have a potential split here?
I don't think it'd be a split because I think, well, hold on. I can't say that because I think the NBA may be tired of losing money on the WNBA too, right? And so Unrivaled made money. They made money and those players got paid. And so
Wow.
I think this is a power play.
Wow.
And because the players know that they're in a power position right now. And I think they're making a power play and knowing that they have the Unrivaled League to fall back on is now making them say, you know what? Let's really push this envelope and see what we can get out of this.
I like that, what you're saying. I mean, there is a level of leverage here right now between with the newest rookie, who just made Rookie of the Year, Paige. Then you have last year's Rookie of the Year, Caitlin. Then you have the other, Angel Reese. I mean, this new breed. We talked about the NIL dollars in college. Now the endorsement deals for WNBA athletes, and they're able to just say, hey, wait a minute. I don't have to play here. Before, they were reserved and resigned to play in the European leagues.
Yep.
So now to say stateside, I have a brand. When I came out of college, I had a brand. I don't have to play in the WNBA. This is how I would be treated when I could go here.
Yep.
Ooh.
I think they're using this as leverage, bro.
Ooh.
Because they know
Wow.
they have that Unrivaled League and it was very successful. So they know that they can, and so I think they're trying to get more of the pie, right? And I think this is kind of, now I'm seeing why the NBA handled the big three the way that they did, because they didn't want to have to deal with this.
They had embraced it.
They did not. The NBA has been Heisman posing the big three ever since the start, and part of that is that if I don't acknowledge you, then I don't have to deal with you. But the WNBA couldn't do that with the Unrivaled League, and so now they've got that season under their belt, and I think that them players are feeling themselves.
How many years has Unrivaled League
This was the
been?
first year.
Wow. Wow.
First year out the gate, and it was successful.
Now, how are they attracting their talent? Are they competing against the same? I mean, so Angel Reese had a squad in LSU. So are players deciding? Is this? I mean, again, I'm trying to equate this to what we know in the NFL. Is this like going to the CFL, Canada Football League? Okay, look, I played ball as a running back, didn't get drafted number one to go in the NFL. I'll go play in the Canadian Football League for a couple years, get some reps, and then I'm come over. Or is rival league? I mean, are they climbed? There's not no XFL. Like, where are they at now? Has established themselves, particularly this first year.
I think in these players' eyes, they think they're here. The reality is that they got a season under their belt. It was successful, but it was very, very minimal number of players. And so I think what they're not calculating is, if we expand this, will we still make revenue? And that's the issue with the WNBA, right? Why they haven't expanded is because every time you add a team, you're losing more money.
Yeah.
And the NBA owners aren't willing to drop another more than $50 million into the league. And they've had their best seasons the last 2 years with attendance, and still are losing money. And so I think it's a very they're playing. This is a high stakes game of chicken. I think this is what this is.
Well, I mean, you heard for decades how the WNBA was losing money. Now, I would have thought with the influx of these new generational talents, Caitlyn brought up, I mean, Caitlyn brought a whole fan base with her. But if you are sharing from the NBA umbrella, okay, one of my apertures are WNBA, the other one obviously NBA, then the G League, and we're looking at our pots of money. And if there's other pieces where owners are, like you said, losing that money, but Unrivaled has nothing else to deal with other than I run a basketball league for females. I could see how financially, in this grassroots effort that you stated, okay, we're making a lot of money. But if I wanted to spread across the country, then where's my other revenue source? Because the NBA at the end of the day, they're still king. We saw when NFL had to go up against, or these other agencies tried to go up against the NFL. Okay, they may last a year or two. Um,
Infrastructure is the key.
all this stuff. Yeah. So, oof, wow,
Yep.
wow,
So it's gonna be
wow.
interesting how that plays out. But hey, we got NFL going on. My Niners play the Rams tonight. It's gonna be interesting.
What you thinking? I mean, we talked a couple weeks ago. I believe I'd called the Niners to win the division. I thought it'd be a pretty interesting competition, and I know everybody's talking about Stafford's health would be the difference. But I'm hearing in Niner camp there's some lingering injuries that's posing a threat to the team. What are your thoughts on all this?
Brother, stay injured, man. This is just me personally. I think they need to get McCaffrey healthy and trade that man and get as much as they can for him,
Wow.
because he can't stay healthy. He
Dang.
can't stay healthy.
Is he already hit over 30? Because they talk about the running backs at the age of 30. I mean, is he already at that window,
Let's
or do you
see.
just think that the wear and tear on him is just taking its toll?
I think it's both, bro.
Man,
He is
it was a gut
29.
punch.
29.
29. Okay. It's a gut punch watching him leave from Carolina, but it also was a relief to see he's such a talented player. Where can he go? And that window for the Niners, if you're not able to win your division, I mean that window's starting to get smaller and smaller. And so losing Debo, I thought was a kick in the sticks. I mean, he's performing well out here with the Commanders. Then with IU, Pearsall, but I really thought that McCaffrey being there, and then they gave Purdy the money that they could still make a push. But you're how you feeling about it all?
Man, McCaffrey. Well, not McCaffrey. So, yeah, McCaffrey's had one healthy season in the 3 he's been there.
Wow.
And they were really good in that season. But, dude, he's about to be 30. He really is about to be 30. I think they need to get some draft picks and build that offensive line around around Purdy, and go from there. Um,
Man, reload.
and I think they not so much a reload, but I think that they're realizing too. They probably shouldn't have gave Purdy all that money, bro.
So you're not all in. You're not
No,
all in on them.
no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Now maybe this would be one of those situations 3 years from now he proves me wrong, but today, no, nah, fam, nope, not
So
at
what
all.
is it? So look, hey, you know your teams. We always gonna haze you on what you did with the Celtics, and you still stood by it, even though they won that championship.
But that was two
What
years
is
later.
it? Do you say Purdy is like the Dak Prescott of the Niners? Like he's there, but he's not there. Like what is it that a lot of Niner fans is not sold in?
I
Is he
think
like the Tony
Purdy.
Romo of the Niners? Like what is it?
I think Purdy's the Tony Romo.
Hmm.
Win all them regular season games and all that, but just can't get it. I, I'm not bought in. He doesn't. He doesn't scream Joe Montana. He doesn't scream Steve Young. Like he doesn't. He just doesn't do it for me. He's
But
he's like, let's see, Kirk
are you
Cousins, bro.
Elvis Gerbach, Kirk Cousins, what's your boy Garcia? Like he
Very
so I mean,
serviceable.
okay. I mean, because you're right. If you talk about the Niners, you got those, you got the one named quarterbacks, Stephen Joe, and that was it. I mean, y'all to be able to have that almost was that Packers type lineage where, I mean, Joe hands it off to Steve. Steve runs it for almost another 10, and then it kind of hit what Elvis, Garcia, but had they reached that pinnacle of that marquee franchise, we thought Garofalo was going to be that guy. I mean, there is some,
I never thought Garoppolo was gonna be that
you
guy.
know, mm,
I never
but
thought he was
not
gonna be
sold
that
on
guy.
Purdy.
I'm still. I think that if all that hadn't happened to Kaepernick, he was the next one.
Cap.
I think Kaepernick was the
Cap
next
with
one.
Harbaugh. Cap with Harbaugh.
Yep.
Yeah. I
But
think when they got rid of Harbaugh, I'm with you. Niners is, I mean, I grew up loving the Niners, being from California, but I'm with you. There was this trajectory when Harbaugh was there. Oh my goodness. He had that. I mean, obviously got him to the Super Bowl, all that stuff. So, and then with Cap, I thought that was going to be a whole new generational talent, generational experience. And I do agree with you. And I don't know if they've recovered from the Cap experience from that quarterback. But I like Purdy, but I always enjoy hearing the Niner fans say, yeah, he does his job, but it just don't have the flash. This doesn't. He's just not that name. If you're talking about a Josh Allen, you're talking about a Mahomes, a Burrow, Lamar, Dak. He just doesn't fit that. Jaden Daniels. So I hear you. It's just still stunning because the guy is still winning.
here's my thing with Purdy. Purdy doesn't lose a game, but he also doesn't win a game. Like you can't just put it on his shoulders and put him out there and he go just win it. But he's also not gonna go out there and just lose it. But man, I'll take Brett Favre every day over him.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you want that riverboat gambler, and he's
yeah,
not that dude.
yeah, 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 yeah. I like hearing the Cousins comparison. Where Cousins, he's a good guy.
Yeah, Cousins will win some
He does his
games.
job. You give him some weapons like he had in Minnesota, he's going to deliver. No problem. Okay, but is he the guy? And like I said, he could do a 2 minute drill, but his 2 minute drill doesn't look the same as when Jay Daniels will do it, or like I said, a Dak or Josh Allen, where you
Josh
just got
Allen.
to
Yeah,
fear and intimidation, like yo, Purdy got that ball. So I can hear what you're saying. It's just it's almost like snake bitten. So that yeah.
man, get trade McCaffrey, get the picks, and reload. But now, don't get me wrong. The coaching staff, I love the coaching staff. I think they've done an amazing job. And that's why I said they shouldn't have paid Purdy, because when he was out, you notice how quickly he came back, though, right? He came back real quick. But
Mm-hmm.
you saw that they can win without him. Like, they could put a serviceable quarterback back there and they will win. And that was why they went after what's the boy's name? He's at the Jets now. Trey Lance. That was why they drafted Trey Lance. But he got hurt. If Trey Lance doesn't get hurt, you never see Brock Purdy.
And it's amazing if Trey Lance doesn't get hurt, we're talking about his name more.
Yes.
I forgot all about him, man.
You never see Brock
I
Purdy.
forgot all of because wasn't him and Justin Fields came out at the same time? Like Trey Lance was that guy. He
Yeah,
was
he was
supposed to
that
be
guy.
that guy.
Yep. Yep.
Wow. Wow. And I didn't know he got traded to the Jets. It's one of those names where you had the college buzz. I remember that season he got hurt, and then that was it. And then there's the controversy. All right, well, does Trey get it back? You got this new kid, Purdy. Then wasn't a three-way quarterback carousel that is debating? Was it Sam Darnold or is it Groff? Like there's some three people they're
Yeah.
considering when Trey Lance was down, and then that's how Purdy got the nod because maybe Garoppolo got hurt, something like that. Where next thing you know, I don't even know Trey's even existing.
Yeah, it was it was something else, man, but I don't know, bro.
So what's your call for tonight then? Are they gonna? I mean, is it Niners? Is it
Oh, I
Rams
think
game
they'll win. I think they'll win. It's
in
regular
LA?
season.
In LA,
It's regular season, man.
man. But the Rams, boy, I mean, they just been snake bit. But so you saying you're calling the Niners tonight at the heart or head game? You choose with your heart or your head?
Oh, my head. I'm going with the Niners. But I was horrible last week too, though. So who knows?
Yeah,
don't put your money on me.
you know, I'm going with the Rams. They're at home. It's a division rival game. I think it's going to be a great game. Uh, I am what tips the scale for me now is because of the injuries. George Kittle is on my fantasy team, and I mean I'm always picking him up. He's just Mr. Reliable. But not to have that again, divisional game. Purdy's where he's at. McCaffrey, McCaffrey status. So with Rams defense, they've been tested the last couple of weeks. Obviously, we had that game against the Eagles. Um, I think they're salivating. What happened? Niners has got done up by Jacksonville. You got Robert Saleh trying to get after the new coach from the Jags. So I see that the Niners has something to prove. But this being a divisional game, I do see, pretty like a slow scoring game, maybe like the 20, 24, 21 type game. Be exciting, but I'm going with Matt Stafford and team. And I love the Niners. I love the Niners, but That's why I asked you head or heart. Because if this was me talking about the other team I said not going to talk about, I'd probably still talk about the other team I'm not supposed to talk about and go for them because it'd be head and heart just because.
I always look at it this way. Who needs it more? And the 49ers
Oh
need
yeah,
this victory more than the
I
Rams,
like that. I like that. I like that.
in my opinion.
I like
But Jacksonville is low key balling.
So that's a good question. Are they popcorn muscles? They real muscles? Because I know I had them not anywhere on my radar. It was supposed to be the Texans division to lose. It looked like they're losing the division. Between the Jaguars and the Colts, I would never have thought that. So, and then to see what the Jags did this last weekend at 3-1. So what are you thinking? Are they real or what?
So I thought about this, right? And this goes for both the Colts and the Jags. So both those quarterbacks have been in the league 3-4 years now. This is about the time that these quarterbacks finally figure it out and start playing. Trevor Lawrence is finally figuring it out and is starting to live up to what everybody thought he was going to be when he came in the NFL. The same goes for Jones and the Colts. I think they're finally figuring it out. They've seen enough defenses to realize what they can and can't do and realize that their natural talent isn't going to only take them so far. You saw the same maturity process with Josh Allen. And so I think it's just their time. I think it's just their time with the quarterbacks.
Yeah. What I do like, unlike Daniel Jones, and we talk about patience for organizations. Trevor Lawrence, while they may have had quite a few, I think this is third head coach. I mean, they had no Doug Peterson, which was known
I
to
think
be a
this might be his
quarterback.
fourth.
Is the fourth head
I
coach?
think this might be the
He's been
fourth.
in the league, what, 5 years, 6 years? I mean, I know he's already finished his rookie contract, so I believe he may be 5 or 6. So, yeah, because he had Urban Meyer, Doug Peterson, and now you got the new cat.
So this is his fifth year.
Fifth year, at least three coaches. So, again, to that point of Trevor, the stability, now you got Travis Hunter.
Three.
Uh, the game, like you said, may have slowed down enough, but they have given him a chance to still, learn the process. And he came in as a franchise quarterback, so it is great. And that one year that they had a year with Doug Peterson where they made it deep into the playoffs. So it's not like Trevor did not catch on to the NFL game, but then he took that dive. But I would attribute that dive to management and all the inconsistency at the management level. But with a rookie head coach and what he's doing now, and you get again Travis Hunter, Travis Etienne, his running back. I mean, they are balling. And again, it's pretty interesting to watch because as we talked about on this show, we had went hands down the Houston Texans winning that division, and right now they're looking up at everybody.
Well, this is his third year.
Who's
Is this
that?
his C.J. Stroud?
Yep. Yep.
So he had his success his rookie year,
Rookie
and
year.
I think it was too early. But I think what's happening is that you look around, you look at the Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, Jones. Those guys took a few years to understand the league. Peyton Manning had to take a few years to like people forget Peyton Manning sucked his rookie year.
First year, he was horrible.
He was horrible. He led the
Horrible.
NFL in interceptions,
Yep. Horrible.
but they stuck with him. And then you see Jaden Daniels is starting to struggle up in Washington. What's the boy in Carolina? What's his name?
Right.
He's struggling because they had that early success but didn't get to learn, right? But then you look at the flip side to that is in Chicago with your boy. He struggled last year. Now he's finally starting to get it together. He's
Yeah.
starting to put the pieces together. I think people just need to give these quarterbacks time. And then, I mean, defenses are talented too.
Time stability, consistency. You know, when upper management is changing the offensive coordinators, and like I said, there's a whole new that knowledge process. That's why I like watching the show uh, Hard Knocks, and it's really. And then there's the other show on Netflix called Quarterback.
Yep.
Look, watching those helped me say, I don't know if I would have been a successful NFL star because there's a lot of studying. I mean, it's not just go out here and play. What they do on a day-to-day basis all day when they're not on the field and watching the level of detail, analysis, thought. I mean, woo! So if you're learning that study habit after going through your 12 games in college, now you got a 16, 17 week schedule in the NFL, learning new systems. It's like you said. I mean, that learning curve is steep. So to see Caleb as a Heisman Trophy winner coming out of Lincoln Riley's offense and still goes to another quarterback guru and Matt Eberflus and what they talked about, what he would have gained in Chicago, and now to see after that struggle, now you have Ben Johnson who turned Jared Goff into, the heir apparent to freaking, Johnny Unitas type stuff. I mean, to your point, it's that running that position as a young quarterback, not having a chance to study with a lot of pressure. You look at Cam Ward there in Tennessee. I mean,
He's
who are you
struggling.
going to be? Who are
He's
you
struggling.
going to be? Yeah.
But you got to think about it too, right? So these guys are in college. They're not having to read no defense. They already know where that ball is going off the snap, and what their second is, they're covered. They don't have to throw anyone open. They're throwing
Throw.
to open receivers.
Wow, I love that. Don't have to
Whereas in the
throw any
NFL,
open.
you've got to throw a dude
Wow.
open.
Wow.
In college, you're throwing to an open dude.
Wow.
And so that's the
Wow.
big step that they have to shoot as well. And then you got to talk about, now I got to look at my progressions in the NFL, whereas in college, I was throwing to a hot route. And so it's different. It's different. And Cam Ward is a perfect example. My man is struggling.
Well, I loved his honesty and transparency. Some are saying he's supposed to be more polished up there. No, we watched Cam pout. We watched Cam pout after losses. Cam said, Cam Newton. This Cam says, yeah, we hot ass.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how'd you play? Ass. Like, okay, let's go. So I love at least that accountability. Now that needs to be followed up to your point of execution and delivery. And again, you got a coach that has a losing record for the last 2 years on that team. So we had to expect how is Cam going to respond to adversity. Tennessee is not the Tennessee of old. So it will be interesting as he grows into this. Will he be a CJ Stroud? Will it be a Daniel Jones? Okay, like which pocket, or will it be the Pat Mahomes? Like where is it going to be Joe Burrow? Where is he going to be at as these lessons into the NFL start molding him into the quarterback he will be and who will
Yeah.
be known as?
Yeah, definitely. I guess we got MLB playoffs. Is this transition real quick? So we haven't, because I know you guys have been wanting to touch on it for the last couple of shows, and we're in the playoffs. We've got the wild card going on right now, and there's 3 games tonight
Yeah,
for the wild card, and I think the Boston plays the Yankees.
it's tied
That's and
1-1.
that's crazy that the Yankees and the Red Sox are relevant again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then you got the Tigers and the Guardians, and the Padres and the Cubs.
Goodness, goodness. So from a selfish standpoint, I want the Cubs to go ahead and take out the Padres. 'Cause I do fear the Padres. We're gonna have our own monster on the hand going to play Philly.
Yes.
But we went ahead to Dodgers. I said the Dodgers took care of Cincinnati in that sweep. And what concerns me, even with that, we look great winning offensively. To know that we got this freaking arson bullpen, blowtorch, kerosene fire, nothing but flint. Like, now that's not fire in a good sense. We have a 8-0 uh, uh, winning 8-0, eighth inning. You go in for closers, you give up 5 runs the next. Like, come on, dude, that's not gonna go against a team like Philly. That won't work against a playoff team in we played San Diego. So we need to fix that. Otherwise, this is it for us. But I am excited to watch some of those divisional games because as you watched the battle between Detroit and Cleveland down the stretch, that like Cleveland had that Cleveland had I mean, Detroit lost. Like Cleveland was forgotten about, and
Yep.
then Detroit goes on this massive losing streak.
Yep.
Now in the season, virtual tie. Now they got to play each other first round. And that's already the rivalry in itself. So to see that is just must see TV. And to your point, Boston, New York, for selfish reasons, I want New York to lose because I would fear playing that World Series last year. Uh, it could have gone either way. I don't know what happened to the Yankees, and so this selfish thing like, nah, you guys don't get rewarded by getting back out there. You guys choked the game that you guys should have won. And then also just to see that Boston rivalry and New York Yankee rivalry return because I didn't think either one was going to make it to the playoffs this year.
Yeah. Now, for me, I find it fascinating that you have these teams from the late 80s, early 90s now making a resurgence. The Yankees, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays.
Dude, the Blue Jays are sitting there waiting. But the Seattle Mariners are sitting in the divisional round waiting. The Brewers are in the divisional round waiting. Dude,
Yeah.
in my lifetime, I never thought I'd see the Brewers be any good.
Relevant again.
Yes.
Yeah. You think about Paul Molitor, all them stuff, Robin Yount, that back in the days. Same thing you talk about Seattle Mariners. Really, it's King Griffey or Suzuki play like who's in Seattle anymore? Alex Rodriguez? Like when were they ever relevant?
Now
So I'm with you on that
Seattle did have that one team where they had Randy Johnson, a young Alex
Young A-Rod.
Rodriguez, and
Yes.
King Griffey Jr. That
Yes.
was a very scary team, but
Yes.
they
Couldn't
weren't
deliver.
ready,
Couldn't deliver.
and they
Yeah.
had to break them up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm a undercover old school Blue Jays fan. I was a
Going back to what a Dave Stewart type or
Dave Stewart.
Dave Martinez with his
Who was the
mustache.
second baseman? I can't think of his name. Robert Alomar Jr.
Ooh,
Guerrero.
the '80s Blue Jays,
Yes.
early '90s.
Yep.
Joe, who hit that nasty home run? Oh,
I can't think of his name, but
yeah.
to see
Okay.
these teams, it's just like it's just,
Yeah,
and then
nostalgic.
yeah, for sure, and then so it's just interesting how these players are playing off, and I'm gonna be honest with everybody, I haven't watched one baseball game all year,
Yeah,
and the reason why is because my Mets. They were sucking. My Mets and the Giants just didn't have a good year, and I just stopped watching, man. I just stopped watching them dead serious. I did.
understandable. Understandable. And after the Giants, the Mets had made that big acquisition, you had the inner city trade transfer. There's the expectation, especially how the Mets performed last year. And that's the
Yep.
thing. It's the Mets have this up and down. Like, where are they going to have that decade where they are always relevant every year? Like their name is in the conversation. And so I really thought that they made that pickup this last year. This was going to be their year. So okay, look, fear the Mets. They have something. So it'll be interesting.
They found a way to mess it up every time. Every time they found a
Yeah.
way.
Well, we've already reached our time, family, and it's been great. We got blessed today by our producer and the owner of this great company, Steve Howard. Again, you all continue to watch what's happening. This is the fancy time of sports. We got the baseball playoffs, NFL, in about a week and a half, we got basketball and NBA picking up. So get in where you fit in. This is the best time of year. And as we get ready to kick off tonight's game, I want to tell y'all, keep taking to the house. I'm Dr. Seaver the Herb III. I'm out.
Yes, sir. And I'm gonna close it up with this real quick, Vic. If you are a business out there sponsor the podcast. You see the ticker going. Get your business out there. We've got this actually is a global platform. So we are all over. Get your business out there and be a part of what we're doing. Download the app and continue to support. This is Steve Howard. I'm taking it to the house. I'll be back on later with Borderland Sports Report. Peace out.
Y'all.